Joining us now from Nashville is Reverend Mark Thompson, host of the Make It Plain podcast, and Wendy C. Thomas, editor and publisher of the MLK 50, Justice Through Journalism, a nonprofit newsroom that focuses on power, poverty, and public policy in Memphis, Tennessee. Mark Thompson, please put this night in historical perspective for us.
Well, thank you for having me, Lawrence. It is quite historical, and you laid it out earlier in terms of the history of racism in this state. We just observed the death of 3 people, April 4th, the 2 Memphis sanitation workers and Dr. King. Tomorrow we will remember the deaths of the 3 who were, and the 2 criminals who were on the cross with Jesus. Today, the Tennessee Legislature tried to expel or crucify 3 people. Gloria Johnson survived, thank goodness, but Justin Pearson and Justin Jones did not. And so this fight has to continue. The important thing, too, is we're in Nashville. This is, full disclosure, the city in which I grew up. When Justin Jones moved to Nashville to go to Fisk University, he joined the church of my childhood, Clark Memorial United Methodist Church. It was at that church that James Lawson led the Nashville sit-in movement and trained John Lewis and Diane Nash and Bernard Lafayette and Marion Barry in nonviolent civil disobedience students. Justin Jones was just a student. He is, honestly, I think, reinvigorating, resurrecting, as we approach Easter, as a matter of fact, the student movement, because most of the people in that rotunda today making all the noise and demonstrating in that rotunda and doing it, Diane, were young people, were students, and a majority of them were, in fact, white. And so just like it was back then, behind me is a portrait of Dr. Walter Davis. He was the president of Tennessee State during the Nashville student movement. My grandfather was director of admissions at Fisk, and it was men like them who helped bail those students out of jail, who supported that movement. Justin's a few years behind me. It's time for all of us to support this generation and support these students. So I think history is being made once again. The Nashville student movement is resurrected.
Let's listen to what Representative Gloria Johnson said. This was her explanation about why she was not expelled and the other 2 representatives were expelled. Let's listen to this.
Why do you feel like there was a difference in the outcome between you and your colleague?
I will answer your question. It might have to do with the color of our skin.
Wendy Thomas, it's pretty hard to deny that when you look at what happened there tonight.
Oh, absolutely. This is clear-cut institutional racism enacted by a supermajority in the Tennessee House, and it's shameful. It's one of these days when I'm very ashamed to be a Tennessean. I grew up in Memphis. This is my home. I know Justin Pearson. He has been a tireless advocate here in Memphis, fighting most specifically to fight back attempts to put a pipeline through Black neighborhoods in Memphis. And so it's a sad day. It's a sad day.
We have a statement from President Obama who echoes Representative Pearson when he says, "The nation was built on peaceful protest. No elected official should lose their job simply for raising their voice, especially when they're doing it on behalf of our children." He goes on to say, "What happened in Tennessee is the latest example of a broader erosion of civility and democratic norms. Silencing those who disagree with us is a sign of weakness, not strength, and it won't lead to progress." And Mark Thompson, after reading what President Obama just said, it raises that question again of who is winning. And what we saw tonight, who is winning?
Well, as discouraging as the Republicans are, and I think Dr. King would refer to them as the children of darkness, I think ultimately the children of light are going to win and are winning. Talking to many of the demonstrators there today and people who are here on the ground in Nashville every day, there's a strong feeling that this will be defeated in court and that the Tennessee Supreme Court will overturn this. Kind of reminds us of the same thing that happened with Adam Clayton Powell when he was expelled in the Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court had to restore him. I'm confident that's going to happen here. Both Justins will be restored. And in the long run, we're going to win. But we can't lose hope. We can't be discouraged. Morning is coming. And we just have to hold on and believe that. And I'm encouraged by the activism I saw today. I'm encouraged by the vigilance that I'm sure we're going to continue to see here in Nashville.
Wendy Thomas, is there a process in Tennessee for replacing expelled legislators?
Yes, as I understand it, the county commissions in the counties that those representatives come from would be Davidson County in Nashville, and in Memphis would be Shelby County, are able to appoint someone. And so I think it'll be interesting to see here in Memphis if the Shelby County Commission actually reappoints Justin Pearson. As I understand, that is a possibility.
Mark Thompson and Wendy C. Thomas, thank you both very much for being our witnesses in Tennessee tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. God bless you.